to order the Municipal Accountability Review Board special meeting for March 21st, 2024. Welcome to everyone. I don't have any particular opening remarks. Does the Treasurer's representative have any opening remarks?
No, Mr. Chair, it's all yours.
Alrighty. Then we'll get going. I see we're recording. That's good. I see Mark has joined us. Great. We look like we have a full complement here. So this is a special meeting. It's being held electronically on Teams. All attendees should remain muted unless you're speaking, and then you can speak once recognized by the chair. We'll appreciate that cooperation. We'll start by approving the minutes. You should have gotten draft minutes of February 22nd, 2024 regular meeting. We will need to vote on those. Any questions, comments about that set of minutes? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Andrea, seconded by Lisa. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to the minute. Yes.
Mr. Secretary, it's
Yes.
Susan. I was
Hi,
not
Sue.
present, so could I abstain for
Sue
that vote,
abstains.
please?
Sue abstains
Thank
from that
you.
vote, please. Any other abstentions? Okay, we'll move on to the March 7 special meeting. Draft minutes were also provided. Questions, comments about the March 7 minutes? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr.
Second.
White, seconded by Ms. Weisselberg. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. We'll move on into the business at hand. We have review, discussion, and possible action on the binding arbitration between the City of West Haven and the West Haven Police Union. I'll just say by way of introduction at our February, or remind everyone, at our February meeting, we voted to reject the police pension agreement. The city and the police union had 10 days from the date of rejection to consider the MARB's concerns and propose a modified agreement. At the expiration of the 10-day period, the MARB would have had to approve or reject any modified agreement. There was no modified agreement that was submitted. So as of March 7 at our special meeting, we took no further action. But we do now have to, under the statute, impose binding arbitration on the parties. So at today's meeting, we're going to discuss and approve a list of issues to be provided to the arbitrator, as well as a list of arbitrators, as well as bylaws that will govern how the arbitration will take place. Since we're looking at a number of draft documents about which there are some legal and statutory questions that we have counsel here to assist us with, it may be useful, if members so desire, to go into executive session.
So moved.
Mr. White moves that we move into executive session.
Seconded.
Seconded by Mr. Falsigno. So we will, all those in favor of going into executive session say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? We will then leave this meeting. We have a facility somewhere. Kim will tell me, are we going to get an
Yes.
email?
Yes, Simon will be sending an email to
I'm sending the
everybody.
email.
Okay.
And as soon as you receive that, everybody, all of the members need to leave this meeting entirely and accept the meeting invite and go into the new meeting invite.
Yeah, we did this
And,
last time, so you had
did.
practice.
We did. And we were successful.
All right. Everyone else can stay here. We're going to
Yes.
leave and go somewhere else, and then we'll come back when we're done.
Yeah, we get snacks. Good.
Hey, Tom, they went into executive session. You should have got another email. Can't hear you. It's muted. Simon sent another email to your email for executive session. Maybe email Simon, he can send it again. if not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave here and see if I can figure out where the other meeting is. Thanks.
Yeah, you can email Simon. He can send it
Yeah.
to you too. Okay.
Okay.
We are back. Mike. Thank you.
Kim, please make a statement, the timing and everything. We go back on live.
I want to make sure first that we get all the, I have to confirm that we have all the members back, okay? Jeff, Andrea, Mark.
Steve?
Hold on. They're still coming. GB. I see Lisa. Andrea here. We're not all back yet. Lisa, Mark.
All right, let me know when we're all back and recording.
We'll do, we're still recording. Bob,
Good.
We didn't stop the recording. Tom Hamilton, I see
Okay.
now. Okay. I'm looking for Stephen and Sal. I did not see them. I haven't seen Stephen. I haven't seen Sal. And Sue might be tied up. If Stephen and Sal are here, please speak up.
There's Steve.
Not into it, no.
Thank you, Steve.
Hi.
All right, the only one we're missing is Sal.
He may be looking for his other email.
I know.
It's always nice when my computer works.
I'm going to see if I can locate him. Nope,
I think
can't.
Steve just joined.
Yep, we have
Steve
Steve.
is
We're looking
here.
for Sal.
I'm just waiting for Sal. That's the only one I'm waiting for. Well, you do have a quorum if you wish to continue. Your choice, Secretary.
Yep, I wanted to give Sal a chance to get back. Do
Sure.
you have his number? Does staff have his number? Give him a call. See if he's coming back.
Laurie is calling him.
Okay. Yeah, if you could go ahead and mute your microphone if you're not speaking. We're getting a little feedback from someplace.
I'm going to mute everybody.
Okay. Okay, well, in respect of everyone's time, we do have a lengthy agenda. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully Sal will join us shortly. We're back from executive session and we are going to renew our discussion of the draft issues list, which was item Roman numeral 2 on our agenda. Is there a motion or a discussion regarding any additions to the draft issues list?
Yes, Mr. Secretary, my camera's not working for some reason, but
Mr. White.
My voice is. I have two proposals. Number one, I think that an issue for the arbitrator is how to put the police pension plan on a fiscally stable position going forward. I think the statute permits issues beyond those in the proposed contract. And I would suggest that you can take this up in order. The second proposal I would have is what is the overall plan for retention and recruitment of police, of which the proposed pension changes are a part. I think it is difficult to look at a very important issue piecemeal. We approved a contract with a $10,000 bump, and then we come back and say, oh, well, we also need pension changes, or we can also need something else. I think it's only appropriate that the parties and the MARB look at the whole retention issue at once. So I would propose those two issues to be added.
Okay, I'll take that as one motion unless someone's got an objection. That staff wrote that down, and then we would add that to the issues list that that the document, whatever the plan winds up being, that it has to be on a financially sustainable basis, and that it identify its elements that are part of the recruitment and retention plan specifically. That's a motion. Is there a second?
I will second that.
Mr. Hamilton seconds. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? That motion's carrying. Staff will add that to our draft, well, to our issues list. Let me note that we believe our interpretation of the statute is that we can add to this list at any time prior to the completion of the arbitration, and that may happen. But today we do have an issues list that we will make public so that everyone's on notice of where we are. And that will conclude our business unless anyone else has any thoughts about the issues list that we'll be giving to the arbitrator. We can move on to the bylaws, which is the next item on our agenda, I believe. We distributed a draft bylaws at the last meeting. We are providing for procedures for this binding arbitration.
Excuse me, Secretary.
Yes.
There's a question here from the staff and
Okay.
the attorney.
Yep.
Did you vote on the overall adding as well as the entire issues list, or just the add?
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
We just voted on the add. So
you.
the entire issues list, as amended, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Comer,
Second.
seconded by someone out there. Mr. White, I'll say. All those in favor say aye. Signify by saying aye,
Aye.
please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the issues list as drafted and amended is available now, and we will make that available to anyone who wants to see it. And that's what we will present to the arbitrator when the arbitrator is selected. We'll move on to the draft amendment to the MARB bylaws. As part of this arbitration process, we have to amend our bylaws to include procedures for this binding arbitration. In your agenda packet, you had a clean copy of the bylaws as drafted so far, with a red line version from the last version that you saw. It includes the rules of procedure for binding arbitration for Tier 4 municipalities. We need to vote to approve the amended bylaws that include these rules of procedures, and we need to do so today. Any discussion of the rules of procedure for binding arbitration for Tier 4 municipalities?
Secretary?
Yes, ma'am.
I am aware that in the updating of the draft, that legal had requested that we add some language to, it's actually page 13, item number 9, under the hearings, to include, notwithstanding and foregoing, the arbitrator shall, in all cases, have discretion to vary the time frame to accommodate scheduling conflicts. I ask that that gets added as the drafting missed that.
Do I have a motion to do that? From
So
a board
moved.
member. Moved by Mr. Falsigno,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Hamilton. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We'll make that addition to the bylaws. So now, any other changes to the bylaws or discussion thereof? Can I get a motion to approve the bylaws as amended?
Motion to
So
approve.
moved.
Mr. Falsigno approves, Ms. Hammersley seconds.
Second.
Any
Yeah.
further? Yep. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. So we have bylaws that will take us through this process. We now need to vote on, next item on our agenda is discussion and possible action of a list of arbitrators for the governor to select. Under the statute, it's the governor who has to select the arbitrator who will take us through this process. The statute provides that we can provide a list of 3 arbitrators. He will choose just one, and a list of arbitrators was provided to MARB members. We had a list that included some that staff recommended, MARB staff, as well as the city of West Haven submitted some recommendations. We're going to discuss and approve the final document that will list the 3 arbitrators. Binding arbitration requires an arbitrator selected by the governor from a list of 3, approved by and submitted to the governor by the board. There are, I think, 6 available. Do I have a motion? Does anyone have a proposal?
I move that we submit to the governor the names of the 3 individuals that MARB, the staff has brought before MARB.
Okay. That's Attorney Vettarelli, Attorney Soltis, and Attorney Corcoran.
Correct.
Or Charles Corcoran. Is he an attorney? He's an attorney. Okay, so we have a motion with those 3 names. Any discussion?
I
Do
will
I have
second that motion.
Mr. Hamilton seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. So we have a list of 3 arbitrators that we will present to the governor for his decision. I think that concludes our business with regard to the arbitration today. We have on our agenda some non-labor contracts to consider that the city wanted us to take up. The first one is purchase of mobile data terminals for the police department. City and Glacier Computer purchases for the police department for 28 mobile data terminals at a cost of $149,995.16. Glacier Computer, which is part of the Sourcewell contract, a purchasing type co-op used by the police department. This purchase will be funded by a state grant, as I understand it. Madam Mayor, care to comment?
Yes. Hello, everyone. This is a continuation of that $880,000 state grant for bonding that we got for investment in our communication system. So it's nice to see these funds finally move since we got the grant 2.5 years ago.
Okay, staff, we have to vote on this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do.
Okie dokie. Do I have a motion to approve this contract?
So
Motion
moved.
to approve.
Mr. Waxenberg moves, Mr. Falsigno seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Contract's approved. We'll move on to the next item, which is an architectural design for cafeteria improvements to the Carrigan Middle School. Board of Education is looking to make updates to the food service area at Carrington Intermediate School with the replacement of interior finishes and kitchen equipment. Target date for the project is summer of '24. West Haven has an on-call architectural list that includes Antonazzi Associates. The Board of Ed is looking to hire Antonazzi Associates to perform professional design services for the project at a cost of $96,038. In the packet is the contract that includes the description and the services to be provided by the firm. Project is being funded through an incentive program offered through the food service provider Sodexo. City can provide an overview.
Thank you. The next 3 items, B, C, and D, I'm going to turn over to our Chief of Staff, Rick Spryer, because he's been more intimately involved in the details.
Great,
Hi,
thank
Rick.
you. Hi, Secretary, how are you?
Good.
Yes, you pretty much hit the nail right on the head with this. This is designed for Carrigan Middle School. The cafeteria needs some much needed improvements, flooring, kitchen equipment, indoor cooler system. We have an outdoor cooler there. It's just falling apart. So this is funded, like you said, through the incentive program with Sodexo. And this is just the design portion of the project.
Questions from the board about this contract? Do I have a motion to approve the contract? Mr. White, I'm sorry, did you have your hand up?
No.
Oh. Motion to approve this contract.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Comer,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Hammersley. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Contract is approved. The next item is abatement of hazardous materials for City Hall windows. City of West Haven advertised bids to replace the windows at City Hall. The city was looking for contractors to replace the windows and to perform abatement work. The abatement piece of the project had to be rebid and resulted in one bid. The bid was reviewed by the ARPA committee with the abatement bid for this project being awarded to Prism Response LLC of West Haven at a price of $193,900. It's ARPA funded. Mr. Spryer.
Yes, this, like you see, went out to bid twice. We've decided to split the bid to abatement and then also in installation of windows. They'll be done simultaneously in sections of the building. Prism was our only respondent to the abatement at a cost of $193,900, which was lower than our budgeted amount and approved by the ARPA committee.
Questions about this contract? Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Hammersley,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Hamilton. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We'll move on to the next item, which is City Hall windows replacement. City advertised bids to replace the windows, was looking for contractors to replace the windows and to perform abatement work. City received 3 bids for the window replacement. The bids were reviewed by the ARPA committee. This bid was won by 4U LLC of Woodbridge at a price of $297,680. This project is ARPA funded. Mr. Spryer.
Yes, this is 3 bids were received for this. 4U LLC was the lowest responsible bidder after a review with the ARPA committee. The timeline on this project is 90 days lead time on the windows and 90 days to install all windows in City Hall once the windows are delivered.
Questions on this contract? Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Comer,
Second.
second by Ms. Hammersley. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We'll move on to getting a little feedback here. Should I mute my own? That won't work. Can you hear me twice or is that just me? Oh, maybe it's just me. Purchase of trash receptacles. City of West Haven wants to purchase 10. Is that the one? Yes. Sense Max double station trash receptacles with accessories for $69,487.10. The vendor is Big Belly Solar out of Needham, Massachusetts. This purchase is through the cooperative contract with DEP and is being funded using NIPS money. That's the little alcohol bottles, I guess, from the state. City to provide an overview.
Yes, this is using NIP money. NIP money has to be used to for environmental issues. So these will be placed selectively around the city, beach, each section of the city, and they will be wrapped and looking a little nicer than you see on this spec sheet, but they'll be wrapped with either the city seal or whatever artwork we come up with. And this contract is a Massachusetts state contract that we are allowed to piggyback off of being another municipality.
How much NIPS money do you get?
We get 150,000 and we purchased a sweeper back in late fall. So now we're using it for the trash. And these receptacles are a little bit more expensive, but down on our ocean, they need to be galvanized and they need to be covered because the seagulls just, go in and make a big mess because they pull all the trash out. So, and they compact, so it'll continually compact the trash down. So there'll be less need for emptying them.
And they're solar powered as well.
How about that?
Tell ya.
Questions about this contract? Can I get a motion to approve?
So
So moved.
moved.
Mr. Hamilton moves, Ms. Hammersley seconds. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Contracts approved. We have City and Arts Council of Greater New Haven, Inc., ARPA micro grants. This looks like our last item. City of West Haven appropriated ARPA funds for support for arts community funding. City issued an RFP in August of 23 seeking contractors to assist in dispersing these funds. The Arts Council of Greater New Haven was the only bidder. The bid was reviewed by the ARPA committee and the Arts Council was awarded the bid. This is a service agreement between the City of West Haven and the Arts Council of Greater New Haven for $135,000
with a term
that ends September
that
1st,
ends September
2024.
2024.
Getting that feedback again. Perhaps the city can provide the overview.
Sure, happy to do so. So it's just what you indicated. This is about, the ARPA committee and the council had earmarked a certain dollar amount for our arts in our community. And this is a portion of that, and this is micro grants. And we really just don't have the structure here to administer the grants. So the Greater New Haven Arts Council, which is doing this for other municipalities for a 7% fee, is going to help us with, getting the word out, administering the grants, putting the funding out ahead of time for a reimbursement.
Questions about this arrangement? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Comer.
Second.
Second by Mr. Waxenberg. Beat you to the punch there, Tom.
Okay.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Contract is approved. I think that's all we have for today. Anyone from the board have anything else for the good of the order? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion's been made. It's not debatable. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Thank you.